Iain has anger issues. He is constantly screaming and yelling.
I'm sick and tired of being everybody's whipping block.
He slams doors off the hinges.
I'm very afraid of Iain. He gets angry at the littlest things. If the phone doesn't do what he wants it to do, he'll throw it across the room.
I felt unsafe at times. When he's working on one of his motorcycles, he'll throw a tool and I worry one day he's going to throw it and hit me.
He reminds me of a child when he gets angry.
I'm curious how you feel about all of this. What would you like to see happen?
I would definitely want to change in the house. I do not like the conflict in the house at all. I don't want any of that, and I would like to see it change, but I feel like there is a lot of pressure on me in the house, and it's just hard to grow up in an environment like that.
Yeah. Do you feel safe in the home?
No,
Do you feel tension in the home?
absolutely.
Do you feel wanted in the home?
No.
And he's banished you from the house at the end of the year, correct? Why do you think that is?
Because he says that he's tired of what I do in the house and all the problems that I create.
And what is it that he thinks you do?
He thinks that I'm trying to tear my mom and him apart.
Are
But
you?
I don't want to do that.
He says that you're manipulative and that you lie and that you're lazy and
I make mistakes just like anybody else, and I understand that, but I sometimes feel like those labels are very harsh on me when I try to do my best around the house.
So what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th grade.
How do you do in school?
I'm doing amazing. I'm in the gifted program. I've already won a scholarship for math.
I mean, how many times have you been suspended,
None. Zero.
expelled,
Zero.
disciplined?
Nothing's ever happened like that.
How many criminal charges do you have against you?
No criminal charges.
I'm sorry?
No criminal charges.
No misdemeanors? No felonies?
No.
Any crimes of violence against anyone?
No.
So in the home environment, there seems to be conflict, but in the school environment, you seem to flourish.
Yes.
She has developed like an anxiety disorder. Even just Iain coming home, I mean, I've seen her sick to the point where she's throwing up.
If you could write a script for this family, what would the script look like over the next few years?
Over the next few years, I'm hoping that we can salvage this family. As much, like, the only reason why I want to get out of the house is because I'm scared of being in the house and I do not like the tension in the house.
When was the last time he sat you down and told you what a terrific young woman you were?
I don't think that's ever really happened. We've had conversations of what I need to do better, what the house needs to do better, and he does give me compliments from time to time, and I appreciate that, but it's never been like, let's sit down and all I have to say is positive for you. It's always been, I'll say a bunch of negative and then I'll give you like maybe a positive.
Well, that I've never heard.
What would it
You went around and we had the discussions, that's
What
why.
would it mean to you if you knew he was a huge fan of yours and just thought you were just absolutely spectacular?
It would mean a lot to me, and it would change how I act in the house if I knew that you guys were supportive of me.
Why would that be important to you? Why do you care what he thinks?
Because you're just such a big influence in my life. You've always been there, and you know, when all you have to say is negative, that's all I think that I am. I'm disgusting.
What do you say to yourself when you're alone? Maybe it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're staring at the ceiling.
It's really hard to not think. There has to be some way I can get out of this situation, whether it's out of it completely or just like end my life. It's come to that sometimes. And it's really difficult for me to have a positive outlook on life when all these things are happening to me.